Welcome to Curious Kids Every Day. I'm Josh. How are you doing today? It's so good to hear from you. Hey, have you ever noticed that in the summertime, the sun stays out a lot later than in the winter? During some times of year, you might actually go to sleep while it's still light outside. But during the winter, it gets dark a lot earlier. It's usually going to be dark way before you go to sleep, right? Now, a lot of this is due to the tilt of the Earth and where the Earth currently is on its yearly trip around the sun. But there's also one other really important piece of the puzzle, and it's something completely man-made. It's called daylight savings time. Can you say daylight savings time? Okay, so what is daylight savings time? Let's start with something simple. The sun itself never changes. We might see it rise and set earlier or later, but the sun itself is not doing anything differently. Everything that we see in terms of when the sun rises and when the sun sets depends on how the Earth tilts as it orbits the sun. Here's what I want you to do. Go find a ball and put it in the middle of the room. Let's pretend that ball is the sun and you are the Earth. Now, the Earth doesn't sit straight up. It tilts. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to tilt your body towards the sun. Okay, you got it? Now, I want you to start making a circle around the sun, but I don't want you to change your tilt. When you get to the other side of the sun, you should now be tilting away from the sun. Does that make sense? When you're in the northern hemisphere of the Earth like the United States is, and you're tilting towards the sun, the days are longer. But when you're on the other side of the sun, and you're in the northern hemisphere, now you're tilting away from the sun, and that makes the days shorter. The sun itself never changes, but the tilt of the Earth and where we are located in our orbit around the sun affects how much sun we get. A long time ago, people realized that in the summer, the sun was shining for more hours, but most people were still asleep for part of it. So someone had an idea. What if we changed the clocks so that people could enjoy more daylight in the evening? The idea became known as daylight savings time. In the spring, people spring forward and move their clocks 1 hour ahead. So if it was going to be 3 p.m., now it's suddenly 4 p.m. That means the sun rises later in the morning, but it also stays light later in the evening. And then in the fall, we fall back and set the clocks back an hour again. So if it was going to be 3 p.m., now it's suddenly 2 p.m. It's like we're pretending the time has changed just to match the sunlight better. Daylight savings time doesn't actually change the sun or the amount of daylight. It just changes when we think the day starts and ends. This idea became popular over 100 years ago during World War I and again in World War II. People thought it could help save fuel and energy because if it stayed light later, you wouldn't need to turn on as many lights at night. But not everyone agrees that it's helpful. Some people think it's confusing and not every place follows it. In the United States, Hawaii, and most of Arizona don't change their clocks at all. And there are other countries that never use daylight savings time too. They just keep one time all year long. So the next time you have to change your clock or wonder why it's still light outside at bedtime, you'll know exactly why. It's because of daylight savings time. Okay, let's have a quick quiz. What happens in spring during daylight savings time? You spring forward 1 hour. Why do some people want more sunlight in the evening? So they can do more things while it's still light out, like playing or working or, using less electricity. Do all places in the world use daylight savings time? Nope, some places don't change their clocks at all. Let's play true or false. True or false? Daylight savings time makes the sun stay out longer. That's false. The sun stays the same, we just change our clocks. True or false? Most of Arizona doesn't follow daylight savings time. That is true. True or false? You change your clock twice a year during daylight savings time. That's true too. Once in the spring and once in the fall. True or false? Daylight savings time started last year. That's false. It started over 100 years ago. Would you rather stay up late playing outside during long summer evenings or wake up super early to see the sunrise? I am a very early riser, and some mornings I really do like to just go outside and watch the sun come up. It is beautiful, so I gotta go with that one. But which one would you pick? Well, today we learned that daylight savings time is a way that people change the clocks to match the sunlight in different seasons. It doesn't change the sun, but it does change when we eat, sleep, work, and play. What kind of question do you think we'll ask tomorrow on Curious Kids Every Day? I can't wait to find out. So until then, keep asking questions and stay curious, kids. And for all the grown-ups listening, thank you so much for telling other parents about this show. Please visit CuriousKidsEveryday.com to get a free printable with activity ideas that don't involve screens. Those are the best kinds of adventures to have. That's CuriousKidsEveryday.com. See you tomorrow.